This is the Owen gun, an Australian-built submachine gun designed by Evelyn Owen in 1942. The story of Owen between 1939 to 1949 would be a great movie, but this video is mostly about the gun, so it will be short. A bit of context to start with. In 1940, the Australian military began seeking a submachine gun to adopt. Prior to the year, the military didn't recognize the value of submachine guns. Best guess is, since submachine guns were associated with American gangsters, the army didn't wanted gangster weapons. Oh, the irony. But over time, other submachine guns start popping up in other militaries and the effective use, so they needed one. Now, before, in 1938, Owen made a previous version of the Owen gun, called today as the .22 prototype Owen. In 1939, during Owen's presentation of the gun to the army, it's believed when the officer asked what's in his bag, the gun of course, Owen replied, "Tommy gun." The officer shouted, "This is an American gangster gun. The army has no use for those." It's unclear when it was rejected. It would have been unfair if they rejected it outright, but just look at it. For one, it had no safety features. It used the .22 caliber, which the army didn't like small caliber ammo. But the biggest problem was the magazine was a giant cylinder that took way too long to reload. You can imagine reloading one small bullet in a cylinder at a time would be quite stupid, not to mention impractical for a submachine gun. The prototype might as well have been called Owen's Tommy Revolver. So after that, Owen stored the prototype in a sugar bag in a garage his father owned. Months go by, it's 1940. Owen's joined the AIF, currently in training. Owen's father rented the house garage to a Vincent A. Wardell, the general manager of Lizars in Port Kemball, known today as Blue Scope Steel. Wardell finds Owen's prototype by accident. He tests the gun and is impressed by the mechanism. 1941 comes. Owen is discharged from the AIF and put to work at the Lizars factory, with Wardell as his backer. He improves the Owen gun to what we now know today. 100 Owen guns were produced to be tested against other submachine guns like the American Thompson and the British Sten gun to see what gun the army should adopt. The Owen passed with flying colors. Not only was it accurate but very reliable. After all guns were placed in sand, water and mud, the Owen was the only gun to function. There is a small newsreel on YouTube that illustrates it best, link in the description. As you can imagine, the officers were dumbfounded and quickly adopted it into the army. Now, about the gun, it's a blowback open bolt submachine gun firing 33 rounds per magazine at some 100 rounds per minute. It can fire semi-auto or full auto with a select switch that also acts as a safety switch. Note, some of the first models might have had a 3-burst shot instead of semi-auto. It fires the 9x19mm cartridge, decided by the government. The most unconventional thing was the magazine loaded on top of the gun, which was effective when shooting when prone. This idea might have been based on the Brown light machine gun. The two main designs of the gun consist of the steel version and the jungle camo version. Both weighed less than 5 kilograms with magazine. There is an Owen MK2, only 200 were made, but it's pretty much a lighter version of the jungle camo version. The Owen was highly favoured by Australian troops, especially fighting in the jungle. There are many untold stories of an Owen gun saving a soldier's life, not jamming from mud, and troops firing while prone when under fire, earning it the nickname Digger's Darling. Officially, 45,477 Owens were produced from 1942 to 1944. It was discontinued/phased out during the 1960s, replaced by the F1 submachine gun in Australia. The Owen gun would be used in several conflicts during and post World War II, and used in other countries. Wardell's company only made 1.5% profit on the gun. The final payment came in 1947. And lastly, sadly, Owen's life didn't end well. Not married and addicted to alcohol, he died of cardiac syncope at the age of 33 on the 1st of April 1949. Subscribe to be updated on the latest RIS Australian history videos. Thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. If you have a topic about any part of Australian history, or just Australia in general, put it down in the comments below. Created by Anthony Rizzo, Sydney, Australia.